Hi, this is Jesse from Is That Clay by RJB Collections. And this is just a sped up video. And even with that, it's still pretty long. So that's why I put it here on YouTube and give you an idea of the process of making my flowers. I'm pretty sure there are other processes that others have that may make them different, and they're awesome. I really enjoyed watching other people and how they make theirs, and so I figured I'd create my own process, and one that kind of gives me the style of flower that I'm looking for. I like the sculpted look that I've come to create with these, and also what I call painting with the clay. I like canes. I think caning is really cool. Rhonda is really awesome at it. I'm not very good at it. But even with the canes, I wasn't able to get that randomness that comes with flowers. Sometimes when you look at flowers, they have these patterns and striations of the color that pull through the petal, and they're symmetrical when you look at them in a circle, but sometimes they're very random, and each one has its own fingerprint. So that's why I do this process with the clay. I'll take a thin piece that's about the shape of how I want it to lay it out when I attach the petals together in the middle, and it gives each one their own fingerprint. And then the sculpting I do is just to give it some character and give it some movement. This earring that I'm making is the one that I call the Bouquet. I already have, you see up there in the top right corner, that is the Bouquet. It is a hair clip. And I came up with this process of doing the flowers and how I put them on the base. I wanted to have the look of almost fresh flowers, fresh cut flowers, and not just doing the flowers flat and then kind of cutting around them, but just kind of raise them up off of the base a little bit, up off the clip, or up off of the bottom portion that's going to attach to the earring hook. And so here what I'm doing is making custom earrings to match this hair clip that I already had made. These are, I love these very much. This was a little bit hair raising because I wasn't sure if I had enough clay that came from the first iteration of the bouquet to make this bouquet. And but I was able to match up some of the colors again, and here I am working the clay and just making my petals one by one. I like these petal cutters because it gives me the formation, but then the process I do with this tool that I'm using now is kind of stretching the petal. So then, and when I take it up off the paper and put it together, they're very thin and very delicate. I want the tips of these petals, when you look at this flower on someone's ear or from the side, I want it to look like it was a fresh picked flower. So I don't want the edges thick rather. I like to have them really thin, but in the middle, just enough to give me some substance, and keep it a little bit heavier in the middle so everything will attach together. I used to bond my petals in the middle, in the center, a little bit differently than I do now, and it made them really thick. It didn't give them the life that I liked. It didn't help it to like blossom. And so now, as a really tight process, when I get all those petals together and then pressing all those little bitty tips of clay together at the end, that part is probably the hardest part, because it's also the part where it could all go wrong really quick when I raise that petal up off of the paper. and raise that entire flower up off of the paper, as you'll see in a little bit. This is my process of stretching the petals. You can almost see them grow as I stretch them and add some striations to them, add their own fingerprint to them, and also pulling that pink and white blending, as you see in a lot of flowers, pulling that together. So here's the process I'm talking about right here. Right at the tips, there's just really minuscule amount of clay right there. And when I pull that flower up off of the wax paper with that blade, man, that's a scary process, because I have broken many flowers at that point, and I've shed many tears at that point, because I had to go back and make this thing all over again. But yeah, this is my process. I've always wanted to make a video, and so took this opportunity to make this one and just kind of talk you through what I'm doing. And I hope you enjoy it. We love what we do over here at Is That Clay. Love being in the studio, love having the opportunity to make beautiful things for our, we call RJB fans, our family and friends too. I really love it. So this is the assembly process now. This is me stacking the flowers. I want every corner to have something in it. So you see it's multi-level, multi-layers of flowers. Not just flat, but I want them to come alive. So there you go. Thanks for watching, and order your own.